Welcome back to another Taekook short FF. This is going to be an arranged marriage FF. I hope you will love it. Thais POV, I stand there in front of someone I never wanted to be, feeling numb and withering. Others POV, do you, Kim Taehyung, take Jan Jungkook as your lawful husband? I stand there frozen between my parents' happiness and the absence of my own. If I say no, my parents will regret having me. If I say yes, I will regret it for the rest of my life. Taehyung, what's wrong? The answer, son, my mom urged, and like every obedient, good Asian boy, I agree to what my parents want. I do. Jeon Jungkook, do you take Kim Taehyung as your lawful husband? Jungkook respond, I do. You may kiss each other. May you receive all the happiness and comfort in each other's support and well-being. The officiant announced, a gentle smile on his face. Taehyung's heart pounded in his chest as he stood, dressed in traditional attire, facing John Jungkook. The garden around them was in full bloom. Cherry blossom drifting gently in the spring breezing, a strict contract to the storm raging inside him. Will I be treated like a boy? My mom and dad sitted filtered. Taehyung wondered, will I be treated like a boy who touches nothing and does nothing for himself because everything already done for him? Will I be loved like other couples? His mind was a whirlwind of questions, none of which had answer. Why did mom and dad have to do this? It's not like I'm going to disappear or something. Jungkook, now his husband, took Taehyung's hand. His touch warm and reassuring, yet to Taehyung it felt like a sickle. He looked into Jungkook's eyes, seeing expectation mixed with a hint of nervousness. The crowd around them waited, their faces filled with joy and anticipation. The officiant's words echoed in Taehyung's mind. You may kiss each other. This was supposed to be a moment of happiness, a new beginning, but for Taehyung it felt like the end of his life he had known. Jungkook leaned in closer and intent clear. Taehyung's first kiss was imminent. It is going to be like this, he thought. The moment he felt surreal, as if he were watching someone else's life unfold. His parents watching him with hopeful eyes, their dreams pinned on this union. Taehyung Jungkook's breath was warm against his lips. Taehyung closed his eyes, surrendering to inevitable. The kiss was gentle and tentative, but it felt like sea love on his face. The crowd erupted in applause, but their cheers sounded distant, like echoing from another world. As they pulled apart, Jungkook smiled at him, squeezing his hand. Taehyung tried to smile back, but felt like hello. Inside, he felt a pang of sadness mixed with, this is my life now. Taehyung took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. The garden was beautiful, but it felt like a cage. Each petal a reminder of a love he was supposed to feel, but he couldn't feel it at all. As Jungkook looked at Taehyung, he sensed the discomfort from him. Jungkook's heart was also not full satisfied, noticing how Taehyung's face remained blank and emotionless, a stark contrast of usual brightness seen on wedding days. Concerned, Jungkook grabbed Taehyung's hand and harshly pulled him closer, leaning in and whispered in his ear, if you don't smile, everyone leave your hand. Smile, you are not in someone's graveyard. Taehyung's eyes widened in both surprise and discomfort at Jungkook's unexpected behavior. He glanced at Jungkook, whose smile remained undeterred, seemingly unaware of unconcern about the pain he was causing. By holding Taehyung's hand, struggling to maintain his composure, Taehyung pulled a small smile into his lips, feeling the pressure easy as Jungkook released his hand. Taehyung's smile fluttered slightly, a flicker of discomfort still lingering in his eyes. He glanced at Jungkook, who was now watching him with a stern expression, his tone carrying a hint of warning. "That's how I like it. Keep smiling, don't stop or else." Jungkook muttered, his voice low and authoritative. Taehyung's heart sank at the implied threat, but he felt himself nodding in understanding as the night enveloped them in darkness. Jungkook stood before the door of their new house, feeling the weight of silence hanging heavy in the air. Jungkook turned the key in the lock and pushed the door open, relieving the quiet impotence and awaited them inside. The stillness mirrored the unspoken tension between him and Taehyung, a silence that had settled between them like a suffocating blanket. "Do I have to give you a separate invitation to come inside or what?" Jungkook's voice broke the silence, the word dripping with bitterness and frustration. Taehyung entered the house hesitantly, his gaze darting around and unfamiliar surroundings. He felt for unwelcoming. As Taehyung struggled with his suitcase, his frustration enveloped Jungkook's patience wore thin. He approached Taehyung, his tone laced with impatience and annoyance. "So immature," Jungkook muttered as he grabbed the suitcase from Taehyung's hand. His grip was hard but yet not unkind. "Leave it, give it to me." Taehyung stepped back, feeling a surge of resentment of being treated like a child. But he said nothing as Jungkook took the suitcase and ascended the stairs to the first floor, leaving Taehyung alone in the dimly lit hallway. "There, now come on, should I pick you up as well?" Jungkook's voice echoed from upstairs, a hint of sarcasm in his tone. Taehyung shook his head as no, swelling his pride as he followed Jungkook up the stairs. As Taehyung rummaged through the clothing section, he noticed that his and Jungkook's clothes were placed separately. His curiosity piqued. He couldn't resist peeking over at Jungkook, who was engrossed in his laptop. "Can you stop peeking and just ask, what do you want? I have had enough of your hiding and spying. It's really annoying, you know." Jungkook snapped, his irritation evident in his voice. Taehyung hesitated, feeling a pang of guilt at being caged. "I have nothing to say," he replied quietly, avoiding Jungkook's pressuring gaze. "Really?" Jungkook's stare was relentless. "You really don't want know what to say or what?" He stepped forward, Taehyung instinctively backing up, his nose curves audibly. I mean it, no, Taehyung insisted, his voice shaky with apprehension. "Really?" Jungkook stopped when they hit the wall, with his expression unreadable. Yes, I'll take a shower," Taehyung stuttered, eager to escape the tension atmosphere. As Taehyung closed his eyes, anticipating Jungkook's gaze, his heart raced with a mixture of fear and uncertainty. But instead of feeling Jungkook's lips against his own, he felt the warmth of his breath on his face. As Jungkook leaned in closer, Taehyung's heart pounded in his chest as he braced himself, his mind racing with conflicting emotions. But to his surprise, Jungkook's next word was not what he expected. So, go ahead, have a shower. Who is stopping you? Jungkook's tone was dismissing, almost mocking as he pulled away. Taehyung opened his eyes, taken aback by the sudden shift in demeanor. Without another word, he hesitantly gathered his belongings and made a walk to the bathroom. Alone in the confines of bathroom, Taehyung leaned against the door, trying to settle his racing heartbeat. After his shower, he emerged wearing a silk blue nightsuit. Jungkook, having showered in another bathroom, was nothing his skin routine. When Taehyung came out, Jungkook looked at him through the mirror. Taehyung glanced around in embarrassment, unsure of what to do or say. Jungkook spoke up, his voice firm. Look, I don't know what you think about me, and frankly, I don't care, but just how now that we are married, you are my husband. One thing about me is that even if I don't like something that I brought, it is still mine. If anyone else touches it, I might be break it instead of giving it away. Do you get what I am saying? Taehyung nodded, his heart pounding with apprehension. And one more thing, Jungkook added, stepping closer and staring straight in Taehyung's eyes. His hand moved to unbutton Taehyung's shirt. Taehyung's voice trembled. What are you doing? He gulped. Jungkook's eyes bored into his. What do you newlyweds do? I mean. As Jungkook unbuttoned Taehyung's shirt and let it slide off his body, Taehyung felt shiver run down his spine. His skin was smoother and softer than the silk that now lay on the heap of the floor. What are you going to do? Taehyung asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Don't wear silk, Jungkook said, his tone softer now. I am allergic to it. I get eczema from it, so don't wear it from now on, okay? Taehyung nodded again. Oh, okay, I wouldn't. As Jungkook went to bed, he glanced at Taehyung, who was standing nearby looking uncertain. You don't want to sleep, or do you want me to do something? Jungkook asked, raising his eyebrow. Taehyung quickly shook his head. I will sleep. Good. Jungkook replied, his tone final. Next day, the morning light flittered through the curtains, casting a soft glow over the room. Taehyung woke up first, taking a moment to gather his thoughts and steel himself for the day ahead. To his surprise, Jungkook was already up, standing by the window. You have got bad sleeping habit, Jungkook remarked without turning around. Get them right. I wouldn't wake you up every day. Taehyung got up, feeling a bit disoriented. Where are you going? You are not getting ready. Mom is here to see me. Taehyung blinked, feeling a rush of anxiety. I will get ready in a moment. He quickly went into shower, then the closet, hurriedly changing into his usual attire. Then, when he emerged, Jungkook was waiting, looking him up and down with a critical eyes. I have heard you are good in fashion. What the freak is this? Why, you want mom to have a bad impression? Look bad or what? Jungkook's tone was soft. Taehyung's heart sank. No, I wear these things Jungkook sat loudly, opening the closet and tossing some clothes at Taehyung. Go wear this and don't take too long. Feeling a mix of frustration and resignation, Taehyung retreated into the closet again and changed. When he came out, Jungkook was waiting with an insecure expression. Jungkook stepped closer, adjusting Taehyung's bow tie with surprisingly with gentleness. Better, beautiful, let's go. He held Taehyung's hand tightly and gripped firm yet not painful. Taehyung glanced down at their joined hands, feeling a strange mixture of emotion. He looked up at Jungkook this close for the first time, managed to bring a small smile. Jungkook noticed and gave him a brief, mysterious smile in return before leading the way out to meet his mother. As they came down, they were waiting for them. As they approached the dining room, Jungkook's stepmother greeted them with a wide smile. Here they are, my newlyweds babies. How was your night? Was it okay, Thea? I imagine it was a bit uncomfortable for you, right? It's your first day here. Taehyung opened his mouth to respond, but Jungkook interrupted. His voice, his voice assertive. What is there to be discomfort when I'm here? He wouldn't be uncomfortable at all, stepmother. Jungkook briefly took Taehyung's hand and slid it through his arm, a gesture of both positiveness and protection. Oh, I see, that's good, his stepmother replied in a hint of something unreadable in her eyes. Well then, let's have breakfast. I especially made everything for you today. Ladies first, Jungkook said, gesturing her to lead the way. They all sat down at the table and Jungkook's stepmother presented a plate of mooncakes to Taehyung. Taehyung, have these mooncakes. I especially made them for you. Thank you, I appreciate it, Taehyung replied politely, reaching for the mooncake. Jungkook immediately intervened. Can I have one? No, his stepmother said firmly. It's only for him especially. I see, Jungkook muttered, his suspicion growing as Taehyung was about to take a bite of the mooncake. Jungkook stopped him. Wait, Mom, you should eat first. You are the elder, after all. No, son. No, son, it's okay. I had my breakfast, she replied a bit too quickly. Really? You should at least have one bite. You made it so especially, right? I'm telling you, I'm full. You can eat. Go on, eat. She insisted, her tone turning sharp. Suddenly, Jungkook knocked the plate off the table, sending the mooncakes crashing on the floor. What did you do? His stepmother gasped. You think I don't know what tactics you're bullying work on me, but I wouldn't let you do that to my husband. What is in the mooncakes? Jungkook's voice was cold and accusing. There's nothing in them, she protested, her face pale. Maids, Jungkook called out, and a maid quickly came forward to check the mooncakes. As the maid crumbled one of the cake, her finger started bleeding. Sir, there is glass inside the cake. Jungkook sighed, blushed with for. You have no shame, do you? You are not scared, are you? You were going to harm him. Get out. I need you out now. His stepmother's face twisted with rage. You just see, this was only a start. I will make your life heck. Enjoy your marriage in heck. Guards, Jungkook shouted, and two guards entered the room, escorting his stepmother out. Taehyung, still holding a mooncake, trembling as he realized he was close to he came to eating it. Jungkook saw this and quickly took the cake from Taehyung's hand and threw it on the floor. Don't trust anyone around me. They all are snakes. Stop being polite, kind, and soft, or you will die. Taehyung, you are hearing me? Jungkook's voice was about to both commanding and pleading. Takes her to his room. We will have breakfast with Namjoon and Jin when in an hour. Jungkook instructed to the maid. She nodded and escorted Taehyung back to their room. As Taehyung left, Jungkook turned to his guard. Never let that woman come here again. She is harm to both Taehyung and me. The guards nodded in agreement and then left to carry out his order. An hour later, Namjoon Jin arrived. Jungkook's older brother and his husband, Namjoon, joined them for breakfast. The atmosphere was noticeably lighter and more relaxed compared to the earlier tension. As they sat down to eat, Jin turned to Taehyung with a warm smile. You look really beautiful in your wedding suit, Taehyung. Taehyung blushed slightly, feeling both embarrassed and fluttered. Thank you, Namjoon added. You did? Yes, you did. It was a beautiful ceremony. The group engaged in light-hearted banter, with Jin and Jungkook exchanging playful jokes. The casual back and forth between the brothers helped to ease Taehyung's anxiety, making him feel more at ease. Remember when you tripped over your own feet during the wedding? Jungkook, Jin teased, laughing. Jungkook rolled his eyes but couldn't hide the smile. Don't remind me. As they continued their breakfast, Jin turned to Taehyung with a curious expression. So, Taehyung, how is Jungkook as a husband? All eyes turned to Taehyung, making him gulp nervously. He glanced at Jungkook, who was raising an eyebrow, clearly waiting for his answer as well. He is good and protective, Taehyung replied, trying to keep his voice steady. Jin glanced, sensing Taehyung's discomfort. That's Jungkook for you, always the protective type. Jungkook gave a small, satisfying nod as if approving of Taehyung's answer. Namjoon smiled warmly at Taehyung. You will get used to it. Jungkook might come off as tough, but he's a good heart. He got a good heart. Taehyung managed to smile, feeling a bit more at ease with the reassurance from Namjoon. Thank you, he said softly. As breakfast wrapped up, Jin and Namjoon made their goodbyes, promising to visit again soon. Jungkook walked them to the door, exchanging a few final words and with his brother and Namjoon. As Jin and Namjoon left, Jungkook turned to Taehyung with a teasing smile. So, you said good and protective. How about handsome and loving? Were you live with no words or what? Taehyung felt a mix of embarrassment and irritation. So what should I say? Should have said then? Jungkook smirked. Within whatever, you are too dumb. Taehyung bristled at insult. Who says that? Jungkook turned back, raising an eyebrow. I did. I'm not dumb, Taehyung retorted, his voice warm. Jungkook stepped forward, his presence suddenly intimidating. You are, he said, moving closer. Taehyung instinctively backed up, not realizing he was near the small stairs. He stumbled, but before he could fall, Jungkook's hand shot out, grabbing his waist tightly and pulling him close. What were you saying, huh? Jungkook murmured. Their faces inches apart. He pushed Taehyung's waist towards him, closing the distance between them even more. Taehyung's heart raced as he felt the warmth of Jungkook's breath on his face. I was saying that I am not dumb. He stuttered, his voice trembling slightly. Jungkook's eyes flickered and with amusement as he leaned in, his lips almost bruising Taehyung's ear. Is that so? He whispered, his voice low and teasing. Because you seems pretty dumb to me, stumbling around like that. Taehyung's breath hinged as he ran down his spine as the closeness and unexpected flatness in Jungkook's tone. I just lost my balance. He managed to say, his voice barely above a whisper, as Jungkook finally stepped back. Taehyung took a deep breath, trying to steady his racing heart. Despite the teasing and the tension, there was a new dynamic between them, a hint of something warmer. Let's get going, he said, his tone shifting to a more businesslike manner. I have got work to do and you need to get familiar with everything. Taehyung nodded, still feeling the lingering effect of their close encounter. Okay, Jungkook led the way to his car. They drove to the office in relative silence. The building was very impressive, high rise. They stepped into the elevator and Jungkook pressed the button for one of the top floors. You will be meeting everyone today, Jungkook said, glancing at Taehyung. Just be yourself and don't let me down. The elevator door opens, relieving a sleek, modern office space bursting with activity. As they walked through the office, heads turned and whispers started. Jungkook's presence commanding attention, and Taehyung felt the weight on their gaze. Jungkook placed a hand on Taehyung's shoulder, guiding him to sit. Taehyung will be observing for now, getting to know how things work around here. If he has any question, feel free to help him out. Taehyung, I'm going to work with you. Jungkook, why? Don't you want to? Taehyung, The meeting continued and Taehyung listened attentively, trying to absorb as much as information possible. Throughout the discussion, Jungkook would occasionally glancing at Taehyung, offering a assuring nod. So everyone, what do you think? Why did Taehyung's parents did it, and what Jungkook's stepmother want from him? We will get to know this all in next episode. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.